Guys, welcome back to Minecraft. This episode's going to be a little bit of a mini-sode. There's only going to be 2 days left of survival, so we'll be getting into it. The last few days I had was spent kind of clearing out the land that I was working on and doing the terraforming. I kind of got it down to about this since we were last around. Once creative mode kicks in, I am gonna be doing that.
You have no pep in your speech.
Well, I'm like seeing weird little like things that look like little smoke stuff rising up out of the ground, so like I was like, wait, what?
And guys, hi. It's Sergey.
And
How you doing?
I already pre-explained in another mini-sode before this one, like, why we're not gonna have some videos coming out for a while, like, after these few next videos, and then, like, the two after the explanation video release. So that's why I have no pep in my voice, everyone, before you think he's just trying to make fun of me.
Oh, I know. It's a recurring thing where he somewhat sounds dead when he records.
I can't help having a monotone, conveying
Yeah.
emotion, and the monotone is just part of being autistic.
Yeah. It's a tiny little joke between us, but yeah, I know how everything's going, what's up, so
So I
then they
guess
know
let's
I'm
give a
joking.
little bit of a tour of the server, since it's honestly been a while since I've actually started this server. So when I started this server, I actually did not show the start on camera. I landed somewhere like in the middle of like nowhere and was not sure where to go. I literally swam across parts of the ocean just to get to this island that I found. Thankfully the island's been pretty big and pretty full of interesting materials for the most part. But we'll start with how like things mainly started. By the
Most interesting
time
Minecraft is modded Minecraft.
by the time I ended up finding my way to somewhere, I had ran and ran and ran, and eventually I had come across this village. So I'm thinking if I were to continue going north, maybe I'd eventually, like, maybe northeast, northwest, just some direction in north, I'd come across where I actually started. But it's been so long since I've started that I don't really know. I'd like to find that out through creative, though, where I actually started in game. But I temporarily ended up living in the village for like a day or two until I decided to figure out where to settle down, and I started making a way just like straightforward. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll go in the opposite direction of the village. And that's when I came across this area here. Mind you, I've terraformed the heck out of it since then. But I came here and slowly built a one-floor house. Then I built a second floor attached to it. And this was house number one that became Josh's, aka Kaiju's house. I then started exploring outward and found a mine shaft. That is the mine shaft that's right over there. And then me and Jack found a mine shaft that was there. I ended up building a bridge to get over the little water because I didn't want to constantly have to swim across with the, like, drowned merfolk people zombie things. And then I created house number 2 because I was going to look for a place for me to have, but then Jack dropped
Hi, Mister.
Jeb and Bob here,
Boo.
and I kind of
No.
left this place to him. So house number 2 kind of became Jack's house. And then I started exploring that. Back there is actually one of the first mine shafts I came across, and I wanted to make it noticeable from far away for the other previous houses I was living at. Then there's house number 3, which is technically where I've been residing as of recent, and it's
Believe
got a whole bunch of
us.
different rooms. There's a whole bunch of stuff I built into it. There's even a basement. But honestly, like, this place could change up and be so different compared to what I actually would be living in. Like, this is nice for creative, but trust me, if there was not creative, this is nice for survival. My taste would be completely different if I was playing creative. I'd have a more extravagant place that's better lit, etc. And I'd like probably build a second floor to this, maybe even a third floor. Then I'd have the basement, so there'd be like 4 floors altogether. I'd be building watchtowers left and right as like big landmarks, so I could go out and actually explore and see what's in certain directions of the land. And I know some of you see like my camera sometimes moving around like this. This is not me moving the camera. That is the camera moving on its own. I'm still using my wonky controller, even though Kaiju bought me a new controller as an early birthday gift, because I'm a stubborn person and want to watch this controller go completely to, like, trash status before I quit using it.
Or the PG-friendly HE double hockey sticks.
Yes.
I hate myself for saying that.
But there's 2 nights left, as I was saying, everyone, before this survival's over. And I'll be almost down to 1 day once this happens. Speaking of days and interesting events that are going to be taking place, did you hear about the lunar eclipse / blood moon that we're supposed to be having today?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Bloodborne, come for me!
we have a lunar eclipse and a blood moon that's supposed to take place tonight.
Bloodborne, come for me! This reality sucks!
So you'd rather go there? I mean, I'm not gonna judge you.
Dude, I would rather go to any FromSoft than be in this reality.
You
Look at
say
what our
this, I'm just like,
president
okay,
has done
fine.
to
I'm
us!
sending you to Kingsfield.
Kingsfield? Hey? What's so special about it?
It's like the first FromSoft game, and it was just terrible. Alright, guys, this is the last day of the survival. I honestly don't know how to spend it other than maybe saying screw it. I've got armor, I've got some food. Maybe I should go explore. As long as I don't explore too far. like, I think I'm gonna swing by the villager house. Maybe grab a bed, that way I can sleep at night. And then when I turn on creative, I can just fly back home. But, yeah, let's explore for the last day on the survival. Because I've not given you guys, like, honestly, a good exploring episode this survival playthrough. I did so on my first one, which wasn't bad. I really kind of went out and looked for new places to build, and this one I kind of just built some decently nice-sized houses and then terraformed a lot. Because I knew how to play it a little more safer this time, because I need to last more days. Even though in the earlier servers I did die, which some of those earlier servers were nice. I wish I had just kept those on the back burners and then maybe turned one of them into the creative server. But this server is going to get like straight up revolutionized and changed up, and it's going to end up looking good in the end. Okay, I will take your bed. Thank you. Alright, so the question becomes, what direction did I actually land from when I came into this server? Was the server, like, did I come from the north? Did I come from the east? Was it northeast? Was it northwest? I just know it was, okay, definitely wasn't northwest, because that looks like ice. That just looks like straight up icicles and icebergs, and I want to make sure that that's exactly what that is as I head this way. Yeah, that is random tundra stuff popping up in the middle of a desert. Yeah, that's all ice. Okay.
I want time to go by faster so Elden Ring comes out faster.
Same. We'll be playing a lot of Elden Ring when it comes out, guys.
Like I said earlier, I love FromSoft games, Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Haven't played Demon Souls. Would love to play Demon Souls, but don't have a PS5.
Okay, yeah, this definitely doesn't look like the direction I came from, because I think I'd recognize. A giant, swampy looking forest. I mean, place doesn't look bad. I kind of like the look of the swamps anyway in this game. I would totally build, like, in the middle of a swamp, I'd find, like, really cool water with, like, lily pads and stuff or something. I'd, like, build a small house that goes underground in the middle of the water and just have, like, a pretty sweet setup. And just be that guy that lives in the middle of the bayou. Alright. So definitely I don't think and like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe I didn't come from the north. Maybe I came somewhere from the south. All I know is that, like, there was a well, and there was, like, an underwater temple because I got the achievement Atlantis, like, when I first showed up and passed it, and was like, what's that for? And I was like, oh, okay, that makes some sense. Okay, yeah, I think that that's heading in the direction of where I originally spawned from, because that's looking a little, like, yeah, familiar. And then I think I just remember, like, I ran forward or something and was like, yeah, I don't want to be here. I want to find someplace better to settle down, and kind of just made a jog and jumped through water and stuff to maybe find a better place to call home, and then it resulted in the me coming across maybe the village, and then I started just going from the village and traveling in that little quadrant that I felt would be a good building slash like localization area to make a little safe haven type zone. Yeah, I see homes and houses and stuff now that I'm heading in the direction that I thought I would. And I'm seeing some of the buildings that I've built, so good call on me thinking maybe I came from that direction. Really interesting, and I'm glad, like, I'd love to explore more once creative is actually what the server becomes. This is actually a pretty nice server. I've seen some insanely awesome servers, though, on, like, you know, like Minecraft YouTube videos where it's like, check out this really cool server. And then, like, servers that have, like, really cool super dungeons loaded into them, or, like, the people that have, like, have you ever seen the people that had, like, a temple, and then, like, their server, the temple goes below, like, the water line, and then they have, like, a water temple that's somehow, like, it loaded in on, like, top of part of the actual temple. So they have, like, two different temple formats put together. It's pretty crazy. And I'm essentially, like, for some stupid reason being me and, like, finishing this video after I explored, finding any grass I can and cutting the grass down.
Ah, but here's the thing. The boy isn't here to off you at the end.
Exactly. He will not off me. He cannot off me now. See, right now, it's about to turn nighttime, and he knows all I have to do is go to a bed and lay down. If he was here, he'd purposely, and I know it just because he's that kind of an a-hole, he would purposely try to kill me after all this time that I've spent trying to finish this, and he'd be like, guess what? Kill. You gotta make a new server. He's talked about doing that crap to me before, and I told him if he ever did that,
I love him
I'd
as a little
ban
brother,
him.
but he is a jerk sometimes.
I was like, I told him then be banned and enjoin never being allowed on another one of my servers again. But alright everyone, the final night is approaching. All I have to do is lay in bed, and when I awake in the world, it will be a creative server from then on. I might as well do a full episode and just like show off me kicking into creative and start doing what I'm gonna do and do a little bit of it in creative. And then I can give a full-on tour in creative a few days from now after I've done some work, everyone. But we're just waiting for it to go full nighttime so I can actually lay in the bed and put this to an end. And there it is. We've laid down. Congratulations. Our survival has come to an end. We can now go into our settings and we can go into creative. This is now on the creative side of things. One of the first things I saw that I noticed out in the distance, and I was like, I'm doing this, is I saw from out here that there was this hill with this tree right here. And that I could see it from afar from like where the other houses have been. Now mind you, I don't like trees. So yeah, I'm busting out the flint and like the steel and flint, and I'm like legit just starting to burn this stuff down because what I'm going to do is that I'm gonna start placing down some stuff in this little area. And it's going to become the basis for nothing super significant, but just a landmark that I am then going to use for much more. Because first things first, we will actually go ahead and okay, that kind of from here to here. Okay. Okay. So then I want to see now. the OCD in me is like, nope, you gotta finish the one little piece. It's gonna be off if you don't. Okay. That will now let me, if I come out here, and even if I'm this far away, I can see that little landmark. That makes me extremely freaking happy. Because I know if I head towards that landmark and I can actually see the village from here, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. Well, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to start fiddling around in creative. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.